Hi, and welcome to Whitman Partners 2023 Power List. And today's guest is Maureen Maloney. Maureen, welcome to the 2023 Power List.
Thanks, Josiah.
And Maureen, why don't we start here? We look on your LinkedIn profile and it says Regional AVP. Why don't you start by telling us a little bit about where are you, for which hospital system do you work, how big is your scope? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, my scope sometimes seems daunting, but I did start as a operating room nurse, actually as a surgical tech, and went to nursing school. My career has grown very organically. I joke a lot about performance punishment, that, if you do something well and you just get more of it. And currently, the more that I have is just fantastic. I work in the Geisinger health system as one of their regional AVPs. So our mothership is about 110 or 120 miles away. And that's organized as the central region, and I'm in the northeast region of Pennsylvania with Geisinger.
And how many total facilities are under your scope?
5. A beautiful combination of acute care, really tertiary, and some an ambulatory surgery site that we just opened, and a joint venture as well. And I have a community hospital.
Terrific. Okay. And so do you drive around? Do you spend windshield time driving around to the multiple sites?
I do. I would think in a week I have 2 travel days. And I started as a director of surgical services at one of the campuses, actually prior to us merging with Geisinger. So I was part of that merge, and then just took on more and more responsibilities. And so my, office is in one. Sorry about that. My office is in one. And so I probably spend about 3 days here, and then I hit my sites just about every week. Sometimes not every site every week, but really depends. Well, currently, staffing challenges are the flavor of the year, I think. Honestly, since we had a great migration out in early COVID, most of my teetering on retirement, because a lot of us that were nurses are, we came, we stayed, we have long tenure. But a lot who were ready for retirement did. And then just making sure that we have pathways for new talent. So recruitment, geographically, we're challenged by that as well. So I'm always looking for different ways and talking to my team about any idea that's on the table to make the operating room more attractive, whether it's looking at our on-call schedule or our commitments, and how many teams we have on night shift, for instance. Like balancing the staffing has been the major challenge of this year. That's always a topic. In terms of looking at technology to be able to identify where we are with things that we're opening onto the field, and we've used some external technology on cost cutting and on preference card maintenance. I feel like that was a little bit softer in terms of the return on the investment. And currently what we're utilizing is looking at Power BI, like business intelligence, to look at what our highest variables are, our highest cost variance by surgeon, to see, okay, why is surgeon X, more than 50% higher than everyone else? And then really utilizing the structure that Geisinger has afforded us to talk to surgeons about cost. We just printed, we literally just printed posters for the operating room, kind of a did you know, so that staff can know what the cost of some of our those variables are costing to the organization, and maybe influence choices.
How many did you know posters have you built so far?
Two. One really for robotics and one for patient positioning. I don't want to get into the politics of it, but there's have been so many advances in terms of technology and patient safety and patient protection. And what we find is everyone comes to love a particular product. I won't say what it is, but they love it. And it has great utility on some cases. But then we start using it for all of our cases, and it costs more than 100 times more than what we used to use.
Oh, wow.
So I think that did you know really is helpful.
And do you put them in the break room? Because you can't put them up on the OR wall, right?
We made them laminated. We did.
Oh.
They're in the ORs.
Oh, terrific.
Yeah.
I like the did you know posters.
Yeah. Oh, so many people and so many processes. I tried to avail myself of any opportunity from jump. In my early nursing career, I just immersed myself in any committee work that I could do. So always looking at performance improvement. And I think that helped really spur me more onto the leadership track rather than, maybe a more clinical role. So specific individuals, there's at least two that I still refer to. Two are retired. One is actually adjunct professor at one of our local colleges in health administration. Two that really I would consider mentors. And I've had the opportunity to be very close in the Department of Nursing or in the Department of Surgical Services. Like in the tenure that I'm here, my role has changed in its reporting structure. And so really tapping into the talent of, one of my chief nursing officers was just, inspirational, helped us, I was able to really immerse myself and collaborate in getting magnet at two of our sites, so I've tried to stay as connected in nursing and as functional in surgical suite as I can. And to me, it doesn't necessarily matter who I report to versus who I connect with. So I think that that's a really important, lesson to not focus on, how the reporting structure is necessarily, but rather how we are all connected.
Well, that's wonderful. Thank you, Maureen Maloney. On behalf of Whitman Partners and the 2023 Power List and the community of directors of surgical services that want to know about that next step up, thank you very much and keep up the great work.
Thanks, Josiah.